The Lord says, when I shut up heaven and there is no rain, or command the locusts to devour the land, or send an epidemic among my people, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, repent, then I will hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and heal their land.
Have you seen this video going around social media? Sometimes stories in the Old Testament seem really different or kind of distant from what's going on with us, but this one sounds very eerily similar to what's going on in our world today. You know, we had the wildfires in Australia that decimated the continent with no rain or anything. Last month, there were hundreds of millions of locusts eating their way through Africa, putting their crops, their food security, and of course the people at risk. And if you guys have never seen locusts, and it might not seem like a big deal, then look at these things. And imagine hundreds of millions of them eating everything in sight. Yeah, it is a big deal. And now we have the coronavirus, which in essence could be called a plague.
Now, these events may be coincidence, but the lesson is the same. In the book of Chronicles, Solomon saw his world get turned upside down. And our world is being turned upside down too. See, our lives are different today than they were even just last week. And in the middle of that, what has God got to say to Solomon? Well, Solomon is supposed to tell the people to return to God. It says this, my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. Then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. See, the people are called by God's name. That's their identity. Even through the drought and the locusts or the plague, if that takes everything away, they still have their identity as God's beloved, as God's children. So as we're in our kind of second week of our Coronacation maybe, and social distancing or whatever you've been calling it, we want to help each other with a couple of things. And so the first thing is we want to help each other to not lose our minds, right? We're all stuck inside now, or at least some of us, and we may be starting to go a little crazy right now, right? So we want to help each other not lose our minds. Second, we're going to create some good habits, and this is a great time to take advantage of being at home and having more free time than usual, because all of our usual activities are canceled. And so we can cultivate or practice a new habit, or one that you had before and it just fell off for whatever reason, or just sort of reinstilling and getting stronger in a habit that you already have, a habit you already have. And the third point is we're going to help each other find God's plan for you during this Coronacation, because it is a really weird time. But God is here with us through it all, and He does have a plan for you in this.
Sometimes we're just so busy, but now we're not. We have lots of time right now. So what are you going to do with it? It's the perfect opportunity to work on ourselves. And it's the perfect time to do what Solomon encouraged people to do, which was and is to turn back to God.
So as you think about what you want to do, what habits you want to start, the ways you might want to pray or interact with your family, the things that you want to be different about this Coronacation in your life, we thought we could maybe give you some ideas because we've been doing some things ourselves, to sort of keep ourselves sane. So we're going to take you to our houses, show you around, and just sort of show you what we've been up to.
All right, welcome to my crib tour. The way that I'm spending my Coronacation, the different routines that I've kind of gotten into, to help myself stay sane during this time. The first one, the reason I'm starting off in my bedroom is because this is where I get ready in the morning, and I think it is important to still get ready. I'm not planning to go anywhere. I'm not gonna see anyone other than Zai, but I still think it's important to, you know, pick out a nice outfit, do your hair, gents, whatever the heck you do to get ready in the morning. But it kind of helps you give a sense of like, I'm still gonna accomplish things today, there's still life happening, and a bit of a sense of normalcy, you know? So then we go down to my living room. There you go, there it is. Because this is basically where I spend most of the rest of my day, here in the kitchen. Essentially, I have my stack of books of how I'm gonna hopefully be doing some reading over this time as well. And then I've got my little office space. So I have my computer all set up with a nice little motivational desktop reminding me to rejoice in the Lord. And my list of things to do, and of course my prayer journal. Prayer has been super duper essential. Nick pointed out the Hallow app, that's Hallow, and it has been amazing. I use the spiritual writing portion every day, and it is absolutely incredible. So I definitely recommend you check that out. So important things for me are having a designated workspace, making sure you actually get ready in the morning and still have a sense of routine, and of course, prayer every single day, super important. And yeah, that's how I'm staying sane during Coronacation.
And here's sort of my new home work setup. So I'm right here, just in front of a chair with my laptop and stuff. And the kids are playing outside, and I'm just watching little Gemma as I'm doing some work. First of all, basically I wake up, you know, do my bathroom routine and all that. I come downstairs real quick and yeah, make myself some coffee because I honestly don't function unless I've had a cup of coffee. So I make some coffee. Yeah, here's kind of my kitchen and all that. And then I grab my coffee, sit down in my sort of prayer chair over here. And yeah, I do the morning readings and the office, so I get my prayer time in, and then I head into work. And so that's a little bit about my routine in the morning. And yeah, and then also I've been looking ways to sort of just, continue to be mentally healthy. So like getting outside, maybe doing some chores outside. Yeah. So that's sort of just a bit of a preview of how we've set up our space. But there's more to sort of making the most of this time other than just your physical surroundings. So we wanted to share 3 things to encourage each other to do. And the first thing is to not lose our minds. Number 2, create a good habit. And number 3 is find God's plan. Finding God's plan during this, quote, Coronacation. And so that passage from Chronicles that we read earlier urges people to humble themselves and to pray. So we need to remind ourselves that we've been marked by God and for God. We want the situation to be different. Of course we do. We all want this situation to be different. We all wish to be able to get out of our homes if we have been stuck in our homes, but all that first starts with us. It starts with you because you are the only thing that you can control right now.
You know, our hope with all this is that these good habits help us to make the most of this time and to change our mindset. You know, if we're healthy and happy, we can be holy too. And if we want healing for our people, our world, and ourselves, we have to start by changing our perspective. You know, Coronacation isn't just a vacation from reality or from school, and it's not a prison sentence, it's an opportunity. And those 3 things that we're trying to do help us to appreciate this time for all the potential that it holds for us.
So here's just what we're trying to do. So number 1, not to lose our minds. You know, we can go stir crazy being stuck inside if you've been stuck inside. So try and find an activity or something that refreshes you, you know, that keeps you energized and focused. You know, for me, for instance, I've been trying to find some outdoor activities, clearing, doing some yard work, getting rid of the brush on the side of my house. So stuff like that, and Sam, she's been doing her work at home and making sure she gets her prayer time in and things like that. And we need those things, right? And the second thing is to create a good habit. So you know what the activity is that helps you stay sane, right? Hopefully you know that. Now you need to build it into your day, right? Make it a regular part of your day. Maybe schedule it, plan for it. For me, I wake up with the kids. I make them breakfast. I make myself some coffee. While the kids are eating breakfast, I do my morning prayer. And then I sort of just get ready for work, and I go about my day doing that. And so having a routine like that is really helpful.
The third and final thing is to find God's plan for you during Coronacation. We can take it for granted, what our faith has provided for us. We can really start just going through the motions. We go to church, we can just get communion. We can have someone pray out loud for us. We can go to Impact or Switch, and I think we can start to get really passive in these things.
But now we can't be passive. We don't have those opportunities to, right? We have to take advantage of the things we can do right now, because some of the things we normally would do just aren't available anymore. So what can you do? Well, one thing to do is to stay connected with us on our social media, and we can continue to show you highlights of here and there of what we're doing to sort of stay sane, but also to see where God's plan for us is during this time. And so even if we're calling this Coronacation, it's really not a vacation. We want to have some purpose and some meaning during this time, right? It's probably a time we will remember for the rest of our lives. It might even define your generation the way maybe 9/11 defined people's generation, or other huge events that define other people's generation. So whatever's going on, let's just try and make the most of it. Until next time, God bless you all.